A Democratic boycott. Vice President Joe Biden will not be there when Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addresses Congress next month. And he's not alone, joining a growing list of Democrats that are skipping out on that speech. So are Democrats playing politics with foreign policy? Here to debate this issue, Republican strategist Lisa Boothe and Democratic strategist Janice Fuentes. Thanks so much for being with us, ladies. Hi, good morning. Okay, so I'll start with you, Lisa. What do you think about this? Are Dems playing politics with our foreign policy?
Well, look, apparently Democrats' support for Israel ends when President Obama's feelings get hurt. But yes, absolutely, they're playing politics with foreign policy. But look, they're following the precedent that's been laid down by President Obama. Since the address was announced, President Obama has gone on a press offensive against Benjamin Netanyahu. And also, what we've heard recently are reports that President Obama's national field director from 2012 is going to Tel Aviv to run a grassroots operation against Benjamin Netanyahu. But President Obama's childish antics aren't paying off. Benjamin Netanyahu has seen a bump in the polls in recent weeks, and Democrats are now put in a very tough spot politically because they either have to decide between standing with President or supporting Israel and standing with groups like AIPAC that support the address.
All right, Janice, what do you think? How do you respond to that?
I respond to that it is politics, but it is not Democrats playing politics. It is Republicans in Congress playing politics. There is no precedent of this kind, of the Speaker of the House inviting a foreign leader 2 weeks before the election without at least telling the White House. We also know that the ambassador to Israel, Mr. Dermer, was meeting with Senator Kerry, with State Department, Mr. Kerry, the day before it was announced, and did not alert him that this invitation was coming through. So I think it's cute to say that they're not playing politics. They're absolutely playing politics. You don't invite a foreign leader without consulting with the White House. You don't not alert the President of the United States, who is our leader, regardless of the party. And you don't get involved in politics of this kind. We're 2 weeks away from the Israeli election. And he's coming to talk about Iran, which we all agree is a delicate and dangerous proposition, what's going on with the sanctions. So, let's not fool ourselves of what he's going to talk about, and let's not blind ourselves to the fact that he's coming 2 weeks before the election, and this is not a coincidence or a mistake.
Lisa, what kind of a message does this send to such a long-standing, valued ally of ours?
Right. Well, it sends a very damaging message. And look, I think for Janice to say, what I think is cute is that President Obama is trying to play the precedent game when he just moved forward on executive action on amnesty, which is not only unconstitutional, but also is somewhat unprecedented in itself.
Let's stay on foreign policy. Let's stay on foreign policy.
Well,
this is very
different. It's a general
issue.
point I'm making, Janice. But no, we're absolutely sending a negative message to Israel. And the fact remains that a bad deal with Iran could have dire consequences for Israel. And so I think it is absolutely imperative that both parties hear from a country that could be greatly affected by a bad deal.
Janice, we're running out of time, but do you want to last word?
I'm not sure that everybody in Israel is supporting this, and I think that they do understand
that we are.
Well,
they don't support President Obama.
Well, no, they're not supporting the fact that Netanyahu is coming in here without being invited by the president, and they do understand we are the most important political strategic ally. So I think it's important to notice that what's being done is wrong, and this is not a boycott. I think that they don't want to play politics with what should be a strategic ally of the United States.
Lisa, Janice, thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you, Ainsley.
You're welcome.